Am I the bad guy for refusing to pay for a former friend's daughter's college? I had a friend Roy when I was in high school. We were friends for years prior to graduating and remained friends for some years after. I considered him my best friend. At one point, he had a daughter, May, and I became her godfather at his and his partner's request. At the time, I was still living with a bunch of friends from high school, one of which was my roommate Taylor and his brother Jordan. Roy split with his wife during this time, and since I was his closest friend, I convinced the other guys to let Roy move in. Jordan had never liked me from the get-go and attempted to drive wedges between my friends and me. He did this whenever I wasn't around, and I didn't realize how bad it had gotten until it was too late. He'd make shrewd comments about my girlfriend being out of my league and my career, amongst other things. And the few people who remained my friends told me in more detail that he lied about me, like saying I had trashed the kitchen when it was really him. And despite them trying to defend me, their words fell on deaf ears. I was unaware, but apparently even Roy believed Jordan. Our lease was ending near this point, and Jordan, Taylor, and Roy had plotted behind my back to kick me out. We lived in a 5-bedroom, and one of our roommates was leaving, but because of Jordan, many of my friends were uncomfortable moving in with me. So they decided to kick me out, to bring 2 new people in, informing me about a month before the lease ended. I was betrayed and hurt, most of all by Roy, the person I considered a brother. After I got kicked out, I struggled on my own for a while. I was 24 at the time, and I had a decent job, which is the only reason I made it on my own, even if it was just barely. That career set me up well for my future, to the point that I now live very comfortably, to say the least. Flash forward about 6 years later, and Jordan drunkenly told Taylor and Roy that he had purposely gotten me kicked out, and that devolved into him spilling his guts about the situation. Turns out he was jealous of my girlfriend, who is now my wife, and how easy my life looked. Roy and the others attempted to reconcile, and though I tried, it never felt right. I remained low contact. That brings us to now. May graduated, and they asked me to help pay for her college, since I'm her godfather. I refused, based on the events of 10 years ago, and the fact that I hadn't been treated like her godfather in over a decade. He, his family, and my mother all seem to think I'm in the wrong. My wife is pissy they have the balls to ask. I genuinely don't feel like I'm wrong, but I'm sick of being pestered by so many. Am I the bad guy for refusing to pay for her college? Not the bad guy. Never heard of a godparent being asked to help pay for college, especially when they haven't been involved in the kid's life. I'm with your wife here. They have a lot of nerve. Let me know what you would do if you're in this situation down below in the comments. If you subscribe, remember to click the bell icon for notifications. To enjoy all the stories, use the playlist at the top of the description of this video. See you in the next video.